What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. Now, we need to talk about literally the best swing trade play that is out there right now that you can see, that's brand new, that has a lot of movement, that has kind of predictable movement as well, has a range that you can really sit comfortable with and, make some money. So before I get started into this, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button for more videos like this one, and make sure that you get your free stocks with Webull down below. Don't forget to check out some of the other links in the description and subscribe to any of my other channels that I have out there. So obviously you see up on the screen that Roblox is here. This is the position that I'm talking about. Now, I know people will say, well, Roblox actually, increased and then decreased right away. It was an IPO, and IPOs don't really go well usually. Typically with IPOs, you're going to see something kind of predictable, and that's mainly like the holding pattern. So a lot of people will hold a certain IPO for a long period of time in order to see what it's going to be. So just like something like a Coinbase, you're going to be able to see them hold for a long period of time while, you have a lot of other people sell off. That was more of an extreme case of, a sell off than anything else. But with something like Roblox, you can see the growth that it does have in it. Now let's look at what happened today, and then we can understand, what we look at as a whole when it comes to swing trading plays, just really gathering the information from the chart. So today you can see that when it opened up, it pretty much skyrocketed, right? It jumped up all the way up to $84, which I'll tell you why that's significant, the $84 mark, in a little bit, but then ended up decreasing and started to really level out, staying above $80. Now, that's definitely a good situation, staying above $80, but we're going to see this fluctuate. Do people think that it's more valuable? Do people think that this is going to skyrocket? Do people think that this is going to tank? Well, ultimately, as a swing trading play, as a day trading play, you could have made a lot of money from that today. If you had a ton of money in your account, were able to put it all in one area, and then, protect, obviously, your investment, make sure you have a very good risk to reward ratio. And getting up to $84 would have been really good from opening up at 77. So that would have been a pretty good gain out of it, right? So what we need to understand as a whole, when we get into a swing trading play like Roblox, is what is the typical movement? What are we seeing when it comes to high and low, resistance, support levels? What are we actually looking at there? So first, we can see that throughout a number of days, we've seen consistent movement, at least, a couple of dollars. We see that movement every single day. So we know that we're going to have that push and pull from $1, $2, $3 or more every single day, which gives us room to make that trade by the dollars or by the cents, whatever you wanted to do. And if you wanted to buy 1,000 shares or 100 shares, you can basically say if it moves $1, you'll gain $100. If it moves $2, you gain $200. That's really what you want to do. So let's go out. We need to pull out and understand what it looks like from maybe the 10,000 foot view, then the 100,000 foot view, then like the 500,000 foot view, and then we'll basically be able to get into something here. Now, what we can see right here is some sort of little pattern. We understand that we are seeing a descending level of support, descending level of resistance, right? And then you see that, ascending level of support, ascending level of resistance, all of that there. You can see that you have these certain levels around, let's say 60, and it's going to, peak out at 70 or close to 80, right? $79, $80. Then it ends up falling back down to 67, and it ends up increasing to 84. Now, this doesn't really tell you, this is short term over a number of days. This could just be fluctuation based on some sort of extreme movement in the chart, which we have seen this extreme movement over one day going from 60 all the way up to 80. That's extreme movement, right? But when you start to pull out a little bit more, you start to pull out just to maybe the 100,000 foot view, then what you're going to see, since we don't have a 500,000 foot view, but we look at the 100,000 foot view, you're going to see this fluctuation. Now, this is beauty. This is art when it comes to a day trader, swing trader, really to understand exactly what's happening here. If this is what it looks like in a day normally, a day trader would love this because it makes the stock more predictable. They know when the lows are coming, they know when they can get in, and they know how much they're going to make. It's very predictable, and they can basically predict any target that they want to hit, especially all of these different support levels that it does have, all of these different resistance levels that it hits on the way up. That's really what you want to look at. So when we look at here, we can see that in the beginning, when it first started, it jumped up to 93, has never hit 93 again, hasn't even crossed 90 since that point. Now it's getting pretty close as of today, but it never even passed 90 from that point. So as it went up to 90, it decreased, sort of like what Coinbase did, dropped down. You've seen a pretty good level at around 60 to about 80. And that looks like that's where it was. That's where the gap was. That's where you can basically gain any money or, end up shorting the position to gain money, whatever you wanted to do, up or down, sell or buy, you could have gained money from it, right? So I was waiting for a consistent look on where the support levels will be, where it will bounce from, where's the lowest point that it will get to. And we started to notice as we went along that 60 was really the lowest point that it would get to, and seeing a lot of resistance around 65, 67, basically saying within these marks, if it gets down to 65, 67, $60, you know that this is going to end up pushing back up with all of this volatility that's actually happening because of the people that are holding. You have those people that are holding. You have a lot of people that end up buying and selling. They're swing trading it. They're basically making it very, very predictable. And it's a very solid play from this move from the $64 mark all the way up to $83 down to 67, all the way up to 77. So you can basically set your stop losses as it does go up. You can gain $10, $15, $20 as it goes up. So from when it got back down to here around that $63 mark, I said that it was a buy. And I said this in the past. I didn't put it on my swing trading list. That was somewhere around here to where I was talking about how this is absolutely amazing and it could drop down to about 60 plus, drop down to 67 and went up to 84. So it's showing that it's very predictable. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to go all the way back down to 60 again, but if it does, it ends up being a buy. So right now, it's not the best swing trading play right now. You could basically predict that it's going to have a pullback. You could short the position and go from there. But most likely, I would just wait for the buying opportunity, especially if you're a new trader. If you are an advanced trader and can understand exactly what we're seeing here, you have a resistance point. Now, why is that $84 mark so important? I told you I would tell you about that. Now, $84.68 actually is pretty high and the highest it's ever been since this $83 mark over here. So this is $83.43. This is $84.68. So breaking past that previous resistance is definitely key. That means that it has a little bit of growth, which means that maybe it'll resist from there. If you start seeing a massive pullback, which we are starting to see that from that $84 mark, you can get in there and actually short it on the way down while it is making that move down. Anytime we've seen a larger move, we've seen a quick fall. So are we going to see that? It's a possible chance that we will end up seeing that. So you probably want to end up, if you are going to short it. But if it goes against you, obviously set a stop loss. So this is showing a lot of predictability with Roblox. That's why I absolutely love it. And I'll continue to preach anything that does look something like this, because this is a dream for a lot of swing traders, day traders. It moves quite a bit in the day and also moves quite a bit throughout multiple days. So let me know what you think about Roblox. Do you think it's a good swing trade? Are you going to hold for the long term? Are you going to buy in at this point and hold some for the long term, swing trade some maybe like 100 shares or a portion of whatever you buy? Let me know your opinion. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you get your free stocks with Webull down below. Don't forget to check out some of the links in the description and follow some of my other channels. I have a Matt Reacts channel. I have the Perry Experience channel, and I have MP Shorts. If you want short form content, you can definitely subscribe to that one. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.